What's going on, guys? It's Creator here, and welcome to This Week in Universe Mode, where I tell you everything that happened this week. So let's get started, guys, with Monday Night Raw. And we start off with the last kicker, Becky Lynch. Last week on Monday Night Raw, she addressed the WWE Universe, where she issued a challenge to the Raw Women's Champion, Alicia Fox, for the Raw Women's title at the biggest event of the year, SummerSlam. She feels as though she is the only person left in the Raw Women's division that Alicia Fox is yet to beat, and she officially made that announcement and challenge to kick off Monday Night Raw. Eventually, we didn't have to wait for an answer because Alicia Fox did come out. However, it wasn't the answer we were all looking for. Alicia Fox at first denied that she would be getting a title opportunity at SummerSlam, saying that you're wondering why the other horsewomen like Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte are on Smackdown because they won't be around a loser like you. However, she did thank her because, if you guys recall, during the lead up to Payback, Alicia Fox was the one who eliminated Becky Lynch to eventually advance to the finals of the Raw Women's Championship tournament, which eventually led to her even winning the title. However, for her title opportunity, she said no. However, Eric Bischoff, the Raw GM, later dismissed that and announced the match for SummerSlam. This eventually led to Tamina attacking Becky Lynch after the announcement, which led to a one-on-one match between the two, and it seems like Tamina has an alliance going on with the Raw Women's Champion, Alicia Fox. Tamina and Alicia Fox talked backstage, and Tamina basically told her she will help her out on her quest to make sure Becky Lynch doesn't win the title, as long as after the dust settles after SummerSlam, she will be next in line for the Raw Women's Championship after SummerSlam. And Tamina showed her alliance to Alicia Fox after the match, where Tamina beat her and viciously attacked Becky Lynch with a chair. As I said, guys, all comes to a head the biggest event of the year, SummerSlam, where Becky Lynch will finally get her Raw Women's Championship match against Alicia Fox. What will Tamina do in this match? Well, only time will tell at SummerSlam, guys. Switching gears, also Monday Night Raw, it was announced via Eric Bischoff that at SummerSlam it would be a triple threat match for the United States title. Cena, Wyatt, and Zayn in a triple threat match for the United States title. All three men staked their claim to why they will be walking out SummerSlam United States champion. First, Sami Zayn came out. Then Wyatt came out and attacked Sami Zayn, costing him some momentum as he did last week when Bray Wyatt beat him last week on Monday Night Raw. This led to Wyatt taunting Zayn from the ramp, which led Cena to come out and attitude adjust him, saying, again, man, it's every man for themselves at SummerSlam, where his United States Championship will be on the line. We'll continue to develop these stories that these three are going onto the road to SummerSlam for the United States title in this huge triple threat match. Also, guys, on Monday Night Raw, we saw the other half of the Bludgeon Brothers, Harper, taking on the #1 contender for the Universal Championship, Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is getting geared for SummerSlam as he faces the Universal Champion Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. However, Rollins had to deal with the Bludgeon Brothers first, as last week they made their debut and they made an example out of Rollins. Rollins able to pick up a win with Harper, and after being both Bludgeon Brothers, he is able to get one step closer to his big Universal Championship match when he faces the Beast Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam. And finally, guys, to end things with Monday Night Raw, we had the in-ring debut of the Authors of Pain, Akam, Razor, being led by the notorious Paul Ellering, as they made their shocking debut at the Great Balls of Fire pay-per-view, eliminating Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. And to this day, we have no idea where the hell Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns are currently at the moment. But it stopped the Good Brothers, Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, to step up and face the debuting destruction that was the Authors of Pain. And by God, this tag team match really showcased the skills of both Akam and Razor, completely dominating the team of Gallows and Anderson. And now we know that Akam and Razor, they are a force to be reckoned with here, not just in the Raw Tag Team division, but in Monday Night Raw in general. The Authors of Pain are here for one thing, and that is complete and utter destruction here on Monday Night Raw. As we go from Raw to SmackDown Live, guys, we had a huge matchup between the #1 contender for the SmackDown Women's title, Charlotte, as she took on Naomi. Now, these two had an encounter backstage, which involved the SmackDown Women's Champion, Asuka. Charlotte basically telling Naomi that she shouldn't even be in the same presence after losing so many times. Naomi issued a challenge to her on Smackdown. But during the match, however, a surprise appearance of Asuka almost changed the fate of Charlotte's outcome in this matchup, because Charlotte got attacked, as you see right there, by Asuka. Asuka was just giving her a little bit of payback after Charlotte attacked Asuka a few weeks ago after her match against Naomi. But that continued to match, the referee didn't see it, and it looked as though at one point Naomi almost had Charlotte beat, applying her submission hold, but Charlotte was able to eventually get out of that before any other damage got to it. And eventually she was able to do a quick roll up with that bridge, and you see count of 3, Charlotte was able to shockingly beat Naomi with that quick win. And now all Charlotte has to do now is do the same thing as we head to the final Smackdown before Battleground. And as at Battleground, guys, she will be facing the Empress of Tomorrow, Asuka, for the Smackdown Women's Championship. Remember, guys, Charlotte's the only woman to beat Asuka on Smackdown Live. Can she do it again for the Smackdown Women's Championship? We will find out. Also, guys, on Smackdown Live, we actually kicked off the show with the new #1 contender for the Intercontinental title, Shinsuke Nakamura, as he was about to address the WWE Universe. Finn Balor came out and congratulated him, the Mr. Money in the Bank Award, which led to the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, coming out himself, which led to Kurt Hawkins coming out. Things got so chaotic that Shane McMahon came out and issued a huge tag team match for the first time ever. Nakamura and Balor will be teamed up to take on the team of Hawkins and The Miz. Both Balor and Nakamura teamed up great, and in the end, the King of Strong Style and the leader of the Balor Club, who holds the Money in the Bank Creek, was able to get the big victory over The Miz and Kurt Hawkins. Now, with that, Nakamura has all the momentum in the world heading into SummerSlam as he faces The Miz at Battleground for the Intercontinental title. Can he head into SummerSlam with the Intercontinental Championship, or will Miz continue to show why he is the best Intercontinental Champion of all time? Also, it was announced last week, guys, on This Week in Universe Mode, that the Boss Hug can next be facing Bliss and James at Battleground. And we had exclusive footage on Smackdown Live with Bliss and James pretty much telling us that they have been a thorn in their side, Bayley and Sasha Banks, for a while now. At Battleground, they're going to show them off and show why they are the best tag team here in the SmackDown Women's Division. And guys, also on Smackdown Live was a huge main event as Jack Gallagher, who we found out this was his final match on Smackdown Live as he is headed back to 205 Live. He fought in his final match none other than the WWE Champion himself, Jinder Mahal. Now, Jinder Mahal has a WWE Championship match against the glorious Bobby Roode at Battleground. And Bobby Roode had a 2-part documentary about his career in WWE so far. However, mysteriously, Part 2 did not air on Smackdown Live, and as Smackdown Live was beginning to get off the air, it was quite obvious that this documentary was not airing. However, this was all part of Bobby Roode's secret plan to pretty much play mind games on the WWE Champion, because during the match against Jinder Mahal and Jack Gallagher, Bobby Roode appeared on the screen basically telling Jinder Mahal that the reason why he didn't do Part 2 of the documentary because he has a secret that Jinder Mahal has been hiding in the WWE Universe that he has found out, and he has no problem sharing with the whole world next week. This caused the distraction to be enough for Jack Gallagher as he able to get that big upset victory against the WWE Champion on his final night on Smackdown Live, guys. And it was all thanks to the glorious one, Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode hasn't appeared on SmackDown week, but he did promise that next week he'll be appearing to share to WWE Universe what Jinder Mahal's secret has been, guys. Well, it all comes to a head at Battleground as Bobby Roode has a chance to live his dream, become the WWE Champion for the first time in his career as he faces the modern-day Maharaja, Jinder Mahal. As I said, guys, for 205 Live, they're getting a brand new member as a former Cruiserweight is coming back to the brand, and Jack Gallagher is one of the newest members coming to 205 Live. And speaking of 205 Live, guys, it was highlighted by the highly anticipated Cruiserweight Championship match between the very first Cruiserweight Champion, TJP, and the Scottish Supernova, Noam Dar. This marks Noam Dar's first title defense as he became the Cruiserweight Champion. For the past couple weeks, ever since Dar became the Cruiserweight Champion, TJP has been taunting every time he lost to the newcomer, Mark Andrew. And last week, TJP basically told Dar that, you know what, I'm tired of you disrespecting the Cruiserweight title. He was going to tell Drake Maverick that he wants a championship match, and before he even could, Dar attacked TJP from behind last week, basically telling him, you just want a shot at the title. He has no problem giving it to him, and then match went on at a highly, pretty much all-time classic, guys. That if you did not watch this Cruiserweight Championship match, I urge you to watch it, guys. It's on demand on my channel. These two tore the house down in the main event of 205 Live. Technical style TJP versus the versatile Noam Dar. This was a match, guys, that you did not want to miss. And now the real turning point of this matchup, as the referee was trying to fix her off, that Noam Dar did right there. That low blow changed the entire course of the match. This allowed Dar to get the upper hand. Again, the referee had no idea what happened because he was fixing the turnbuckle that Noam Dar exposed himself. That was all part of Noam Dar's plan. We found out on this night that Noam Dar was willing to do whatever he can to keep his Cruiserweight title. And with that penalty kick, 1, 2, 3, Noam Dar retains his Cruiserweight Championship. The general manager of 205 Live, Drake Maverick, was not present for this episode. That's because he was doing business, but he will be appearing next week with a huge SummerSlam announcement that you do not want to miss. Alright guys, Battleground is coming, guys. It is on the road to Battleground. Next week will be the final stop before we get to that show. Next week, guys, we'll be announcing the kickoff match as well as more information leading to this epic Smackdown Live exclusive pay-per-view. So that's something you do not want to miss next week. And now, guys, it's time for that part of the show where we talk about the ratings war between Smackdown Live Raw and 205 Live. So here's the breakdown. Last week, it was actually 205 Live on top of the mountain, but this week it was a little different story. 205 Live actually ranked 3rd this past week. Monday Night Raw has gained viewership, a 91 viewership increase from their debut episode, and SmackDown Live continue to remain on top of Raw with 231 views total right now. They're getting neck to neck, guys. You see right now on the board, both SmackDown Live and 205 Live are exactly tied in viewership, but Raw is gaining viewership. And the key thing to note, guys, this week only Monday Night Raw gained viewership. SmackDown Live and 205 Live lost viewership, but because their high viewership from last week, they was able to maintain their first place tie. Raw's catching up to them. So next week, it's going to be all eyes on SmackDown Live, guys, because they have their final show for Battleground. Let's see the ratings pick up, and let's see Raw be able to catch them. Let's see what 205 Live can do, guys. Now it's time for the Fan of the Week, guys, and this week's Fan of the Week is none other than a newcomer that came to my channel this week. Thanks for watching SmackDown Live. I give it to Edward Condon. I apologize if I butcher your name, Edward, but or Eduardo. I don't know if that's Edward. I'm assuming it's Eduardo. I'm just gonna say that. He was very shocked about Byru's special announcement that's coming next week, and he is very interested to see what that is, as well as everybody here. So thank you, man, for being the Fan of the Week. If you want to be Fan of the Week, guys, just be the most interactive person, either between Raw, SmackDown, 205 Live, or all 3 shows during the week. And if you're the most interactive, you will be the Fan of the Week. Fan of the Week returns next week with a brand new person. We'll find out who it is. But guys, also next week we have a huge lineup. For Monday Night Raw, we have Bobby Lashley taking on Connor. The Mind Games of the Ascension, guys. Bobby Lashley facing Connor next week. And also a huge Great Balls of Fire rematch, as United States Champion John Cena will be taking on Bray Wyatt, with SummerSlam implications all over the place. And also the Beast returns. The Universal Champion Brock Lesnar returns next week as the road to SummerSlam for Monday Night Raw continues next week in Suplex City. As for SmackDown Live, guys, the final SmackDown for Battleground, Asuka teams up with the Boss Hug Connection to take on Charlotte Flair and Bliss and James, a huge 6-woman tag. And will Akira Tozawa finally answer Samoa Joe for their last man standing match at Battleground? We'll find out next week, guys. And on 205 Live, the general manager of 205 Live, Drake Maverick, returns with a huge SummerSlam announcement that you do not want to miss. This is Creator, guys. Thank you so much for watching This Week in Universe Mode, and see you next week with all the action here on this channel.